Good afternoon and welcome to the Velo Ads YouTube channel. I'm not I'm not at a building site, I'm in the garage, the Velomobile garage, and I've just been on a really nice ride with Leia. Lea's come down to Velo Ads HQ to try the Milan SL. We'll spin around and we'll just ask Leia how her first experience ever. She's never ridden a Velomobile before, but she has participated in the Trans Am bike race and she did really well. She came in at, I think it was 9th?
First woman.
Yeah, first woman and overall 10th, which is no mean achievement. First of all, tell us a little bit about the ride we've just had.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, it was very comfortable. I mean, the very first impression was that I just heard every single movement that I did. I heard when I changed the gears. I heard when I was turning the wheels. And when I went over any small bump, but like after 2 minutes that all went away and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. It took me a while to get used to, to the steering. It took me the first downhill to realize how I need to stay. I was like,
yeah, it's a bit of a sort of baptism of fire, sort of coming out and heading down a big hill straight away, you know.
Yeah, but it was afterwards, like I didn't realize I was...
It's only sort of gentle inputs, really.
Everything worked amazingly, like no effort to cycle on it at all. Well, I was using different muscles, so I felt it.
Yeah.
Plus I was doing...
Plus it was a fraction too long for you.
Yeah, and it was long. But yeah, I felt very safe. Cars gave me so much space. The rain didn't matter. I mean, it wasn't raining too much, but even if it was, I wouldn't feel anything.
No, yeah.
I could have gone out with literally, just...
Yeah, I think you were overdressed in it. You thought you were going to be chilly.
I enjoyed going downhill, which usually I struggle with. Like, I'm very slow usually on downhills. And the uphills were good.
The good thing is you can't fall off, so it's like...
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that side of cycling, really.
Like, all the fear that I get from cycling, which kind of makes you more rational, went away. Because here, the brakes are going to work. The brakes are amazing. It's very stable. Even if the car crashed into you, nothing really happens to you because you are protected. Yeah. Unless they're going like at very high speed, but then nothing would help you.
Well, you can see how the cars reacted to you in London even. They were, giving you lots of room, overtaking really wide.
Yeah. So it was totally different experience, like different type of cycling. It just feels like it's really well thought through, they just did really good job about it. And, for me, there's a lot of space, maybe a bit too much space, but... Yeah,
and it's it's pretty much the smallest Velomobile on the market.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to like the Quattro Velo here, that's like a cavern inside, that's like your loft apartment. You can take everything in there, you can move...
Yeah. So I think I could take everything I would ever need really on any long ride. And all the time that you save on not having to stop when you need to eat or adjust anything, Or if you need to stop, you just stop for a few seconds. You don't have to get off, clean up. It's just
it's like the weather turns, all of a sudden it's pouring with rain. You just still got your t-shirt, your cycling top and your cycling shorts on. You haven't got to stop, get your waterproofs out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all time. Please share with us your training regime and tactics. You don't have to tell us any top secret stuff because you're going to participate again next year. So
there are no secrets actually. So I actually had like very hard time. So I did Transcontinental in 2017.
And that was from where to where?
From Belgium to Greece.
Wow.
It was a bit zigzaggy, like through Italy and then Slovakia and then down. And that was my first long distance race. And I didn't really take it as a race. I was just like, let's just see how I can do. I would like to see these countries and get some experience.
Like a long tour, really.
Yeah. But I already at the time had problems with my hip from running. So after that race, I tried to sort it out. So in addition to strengthening, I actually had to have a hip surgery. And also before Transcontinental, I had also broken collarbone because somebody opened doors on me, which will never happen in this.
No, you just take the door off the hinges.
Yeah, exactly. So again, for that I had to have 2 surgeries, and so I was like dealing with all these injuries and. Like I like all the other sports, like I do rowing, running, well I used to run a lot, and badminton and whatever I can get my hands on. So I tried to just find something that could work after my surgery. So I spent quite a lot of time on rowing, and because I got good very quickly, I wanted to participate in all the races. So even though I knew that my race for Trans Am was in June, I was still rowing up until March, and I didn't do almost any cycling. Yeah, I know. I mean, I did cycle, like I did every now and again. I did like 300-kilometer rides where I could, but I feel like I could have structured it slightly better. I should have started training in January, because rowing is great, you know, like it really.
So all body workout, isn't it? You exercise everything.
Yeah, so it really made me, I don't know, stronger physically, mentally, in everything. But I should have just given up slightly earlier, you know, because I knew that I had this race. But that also gave me time to prepare all my kit, you know. So up until March, it was all about deciding. So am I really taking this bike, which I had, which was Trecamonda? What bags am I gonna prepare? So I felt that by March I was kind of ready, or at least mentally I knew what approximately I would need, and then it was just about like doing a lot of interval training before and after work, and longer rides. For Transcontinental, I trained much more. Like I was on the bike pretty much all the time, like before work, during, like after work, and then I did about 600 kilometers every weekend, or well 300 to 600 depending on how many. But I did both of these. And I also did the Lens End to John O'Groats as part of preparation for Transcontinental. So, you know, compared to Transcontinental, like physically I was preparing very little for Trans Am. But in terms of kit and everything else, I prepared much better, because that's what I felt was lacking in
the Transcontinental.
Yeah. So, but I really wanted to do well, because I felt that this was my one chance to do, you know, this, you know, something incredible. I wish I finished better.
In the Transcontinental,
in Trans Am actually.
Well, I think you've done all right myself.
Well, I wanted to. I felt that I could have done better, but I lost it because of all these small fears. You know, fear of dogs, which was in Kentucky, and
I've heard about the dogs in Kentucky.
Yeah. And I had some other problems. You know, weather wasn't that great. Like you went from like, I don't know, almost 40 degrees to -5, and then again from -5 to 40 in the same day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you didn't know whether he was coming or going.
Yeah. So riding in the snow, riding on the ice, then it was just, I mean, it was great, you know. I loved it. I loved I mean, obviously you go through ups and downs, but overall I just really enjoyed it. It was
wow, phenomenal achievement. Where's your headspace at the time? Are you sort of thinking about things as you're riding, or are you sort of clearing your mind and just taking in the scenery? And or you're thinking, you know, I've got another 50 miles to do, got to get it done, or you're checking the time?
So with Trans Am, I had to be focused a lot on what I'm gonna eat next, because there aren't. So in Europe, it's very easy to get food. You know, like if you miss one village, you will find another one where you can buy something. But in Trans Am, if you miss one, you won't see anything for another 20 kilometers. So it was a lot about thinking what I'm going to really eat, and trying to, you know, prepare whatever you can, because as everyone says, this race is about eating. Actually, with food, I had loads of problems, because I have many intolerances. Like I can't. I'm vegan, but obviously I don't mind changing that. But I can't have gluten, and so, you know, like if I'm stopping at a petrol station, there's pretty much nothing I can eat. Except for crisps, and I mean survival crisps or chocolate. And so I think in Kansas, I struggled a lot with food, especially. And then after that, it went a bit downhill. You know that, you know, if you go out with no energy one day, it's gonna stay, you know, for a long time. So before I had loads of, like, I tried to. The best for me would be to stop in a supermarket, but then there are not many of them, because in supermarket I could get gluten-free bread, and then that would.
I suppose doing the Trans Am in a Velomobile, you could buy more food.
I would get like 10 breads in there.
Yeah, no problem.
I would be okay for
and
like
some
days.
some spread of some sort or something.
You know. Which is what I do in Europe normally. You know, whenever I cycle anywhere. Because that's the fastest and best idea, really. I feel that you just need some carbs, and that will keep you going. And I mean, in terms of motivation for what I was thinking about when it was getting a bit harder, I actually imagined that by the end I'll be close to the sea and I will be swimming.
Yes.
So I was just imagining, Yeah, I love this cycling, but
Can't wait to have a wash.
yeah, I want to just swim a little, you know, like use different muscles.
Exactly. And so, what was your average speed during the race, and what are your expectations from a Velomobile speed-wise?
So what was my average speed?
Okay.
I think it was less than 30. I think it was like 20.
It's between 18 and 15
miles.
I mean, no, kilometers.
Kilometers an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like you can check on track loaders to get the exact speed,
Yeah. So I don't know the speed. I know that I wasn't efficient always with the stocks, especially towards the end. And I was like, because of the food, it just really changed my plans. Because in the beginning, I started like, I'm not gonna stop at all, you know, like I'm just gonna eat. I've got all my food here, but because of those stops, because of no lack of food, which I think I was too naive. I thought that there would be food everywhere, you know, somehow.
Yes.
You guys must have a lot of food, right?
Not anymore.
No, I learned my lesson. So I think I was averaging between 3 and 10k a day, and I was trying to sleep about 4 to 6 hours, but then it was like 1 to 2.
Yeah,
sometimes,
I noticed Marcel was in the Velomobile was getting 8 hours sleep a night.
Oh wow,
which
that's
is
amazing.
Yeah, which is he was like, I felt really bad because these guys chasing me were having an hour. 2 hours, and he was like, you know, having a full night's sleep, waking up fresh and just riding.
So that's what I would expect from if I was if I was in this, I would like to just sleep as much as I can, eat as much as I can all the time, and just keep going, you know. And I don't know, in terms of the speed, I really think that even if it's not just because of there are many factors that will affect my speed. Firstly, that it's so aerodynamic. It has better gear ratios, so I can go up and downhill the way I want to. But also the fact that it will remove the mental fear, you know, just the fear of going too fast, or you know, slowing down for no reason. I think that's gonna go away.
The key with Velomobiles, if you see a hill in the distance and the road's flat that you're on, accelerate, and then you're pretty much up the hill before you have to start pedaling. Then the aerodynamics take over. But the best terrain is rolling hills like this, because the speed you get going down, you're at the top and you haven't pedaled. And then it just keeps going, and you're just like, oh, this is nice.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So I think it would improve my ride a lot.
Definitely.
You know,
it seems to me that you're a high achiever. Is that why you decided to try a Velomobile? Do you want to win it next year?
Well, so I would love to, obviously, but then there are many people who will probably try the same. So you know, it's gonna be if yes, then obviously then it will be proper competition.
Yeah, I think you'll have a good chance in a Velomobile for sure.
That's
because
for sure.
The comfort factor as well. You can do more miles in a day and cover the ground. You know, in the flat areas, you can just you can do 400k.
I do think that if you can go like 20k an hour faster than normally.
Yeah, you will be able to.
Yeah.
There's
no question that I should. Unless I'm totally,
unfit or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And did you enjoy the company of the dogs in the south of the USA, or not too much?
So me and dogs. I used to love dogs. I still love dogs. But when I was doing Transcontinental, I was chased by many stray dogs in Romania. And it wasn't just like 1 or 2 dogs every few kilometers. It was like a bunch of dogs, pack of dogs that just chased you, for I don't know how long and barked, and you never knew. They looked very big actually, like they looked like they.
The problem is you don't know if they've got rabies, what have you, whatever. Yeah. Speed was
30k an hour.
It's 14 miles an hour.
When I was moving.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's
so average speed on the Trans Am was 30 kilometers an hour, which is okay.
I didn't realise that.
That's quite good. So in that you'll be even quicker.
Yeah.
You should. Your average in the sort of not totally steep areas should be 40 more, maybe more, if you train.
Really?
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because on the flat, if you can go up the hill at 38, I can in that. Okay. Can you imagine on the flat?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
life-changing. The dogs, yeah. So since then, I kind of developed, I think, a phobia, we would say. That now, well, it took me a few months to get, like whenever I saw a dog, even in the UK, I was like, oh my god, this dog, what is it gonna do? Even though it was totally irrational. So imagine me now in Kentucky. So I was actually, at first I
suppose there's nothing for them to bite on there.
Yeah,
they can't even get to the tyres, really.
Like, bite my ass.
You could just, you just be like, just ride through, You don't have to speed up or anything, just keep going.
I mean, the dogs in Kentucky were, nothing in comparison to Romania. So it's not actually that bad. It was more the phobia, which I had, But then I also learned to manage them better, Like I just try to be, firmer with them. Like, what do you want? It's just that
some people have like sprays and stuff.
I had the spray that didn't work.
No.
with most of them it worked that I would just shout, but with some of them, I think one dog literally didn't want to give up for a very long time. I just stood there covering myself with the bike, and I sprayed it, and I threw like some branches at him, or like sticks.
Like a sandwich.
Well, I didn't actually have any food. That's the thing. And but he just didn't want to give up. I think then. It was in quite remote area, but I think there was one lady who came around and she was like, what's happening here, and she just shouted at the dog because they're used to it. It was a neighbor's dog who had
so they knew the dog and everything.
Yeah, and that dog actually, she said that they don't have a problem with him biting you, but biting the tires off the car.
Wow, oh my god.
When I heard it, I was like, okay, so I feel really safe with my
exactly. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, well done, like just for finishing with that sort of thing. I mean, occasionally if I'm in France and dogs do go through villages and they're lying on the lawn, they come steaming out, they try and chase the bike, but you don't panic in that because they can't really get to you.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that I would also then be braver to go to countries like South America.
Yeah.
But then I also saw some videos about stray dogs there, and there they take apart the cars altogether. When they come in a pack, they take off like what do you call the
bumper?
Wow. They would just take it off. Literally, there was videos about it. I watched a documentary about it.
I think this tank is most probably the best for South America, the orange one.
Yeah. Maybe I will lose the mirrors, but
nothing else. Yeah, awesome. Well, brilliant. Yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. That was great and really interesting.
The first problem you got on the Trans Am was the seat, the saddle.
Yeah, that was really bad. I could have mentioned that.
You should have mentioned that. It wasn't.
Oh, we can.
The dogs weren't so big of it. Like, what were you? Day 4?
Yeah.
Day 4, and your seat just went spoofing.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
soon.